Talking with Katrina Henry from Henry Financial Services. And Katrina, I believe that the Henry Financial Services covers all of the financial services from superannuation, insurances, both family, life, through to advice on investment and the complete package.
Yeah, that's correct.
So, how do clients come to you?
Most of our clients are referred from existing clients, actually.
That's the best way.
Yes, and an initial appointment is usually how we start with a new referral or a new client. Mm-hmm. And at that appointment, we discuss how we possibly may be able to help them, because of course we might not be able to help everyone, but we discuss those things.
What kinds of things do you look at that initial meeting?
Well, we look at their current position, their goals and objectives, so I guess their current financial position, where the areas they may require some assistance or some help. So that initial appointment, I guess, is important in uncovering lots of facts from the client, as well as their ideal goals and objectives.
And I guess that would vary, in terms of people's place in their life as to whether they're young or middle-aged or even sort of older age.
Of course, the middle-aged is sort of thinking about retirement and retirement strategies and how they can save for their retirement. The younger families, I guess, are looking at how they can possibly protect their income and their wealth and their families and things like that. So we look at a range of options for them. And
research those?
Yeah, so the next step after that initial meeting, we would go away and analyse their data and research what's appropriate for them, basically. So I guess that process can take 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and we then like to get back to the client after that point.
And you have a second meeting with them to...
Yeah. So the second meeting would be to go through any strategies that we can put forward based on their goals and objectives and the facts that we uncovered at the initial meeting, and discuss those options with them and what they're comfortable with.
And I guess come to some agreement about
that's
exactly
right.
what's going to happen from there.
Yeah.
And I guess the next thing is implementation.
Yeah, so from there, when we agree on what we're going to implement, we help the clients all the way through the implementation process. So, of course, that's probably involving paperwork. So we assist them with all that, and then in our back office, our admin staff help with follow through on all that paperwork as well. I've
got to say that one of the worst things that somebody can do to me is to say, well, here's the paper, you fill it out.
Oh, no.
And have nobody else to refer to.
No, we don't. No, we wouldn't do that. Paperwork is a nightmare for most people, so we help them on every step of the way.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you
make
mentioned,
it as easy as possible.
That's the way. And you mentioned staff, some backroom staff. So there are people who I could refer to.
Yes, if you can't get a hold of me, there's always the office staff there that would help and that would know anything that's going on with new clients, basically.
Right, okay, great. And I guess once it's implemented, the goalposts keep changing in these things all the time, so there'd be a certain amount of review and monitoring that you do.
Yeah, so depending on what type of strategy or what type of advice they've received, would depend on the review process. So the review could be a quarterly review, it could be an annual review, half yearly. So I guess that's decided at the implementation stage, how often we're going to meet, and from then on, at the review, we then reanalyse the goals and objectives and making sure that everything's on track.
And I guess also, you'd be a bit of a watchdog at the gate if you saw conditions changing and it was outside that review period, you'd get back to me and say, well, look, this has happened, maybe we should think about how we need to change.
Yeah, of course. You never know what's going to happen around the corner, so we are on track with all of that and monitor those things quite closely within the office.
Great. So I guess from there things can go either on track, or as we were just talking about, things can change, the goalposts can move.
Sure.
So if it's on track, I suppose there'd be a certain amount of reviewing and re-establishing
So I guess if it was an annual review and everything was fine and nothing much had changed, we would continue the process and review the following year.
Yeah.
If changes were required and we needed to make changes in the whole strategy, we would then obviously go through the process again and implement, monitor and review all over again. So,
Right, okay.
yeah.
How, in your own words, how would you summarise the financial services that your company provides?
So I guess, whether it's in personal insurance, superannuation, retirement planning, or some investment advice, we, from the very start of the process, the initial meeting, we try to engage the clients as much as possible in what their goals and objectives are, and then obviously ongoing review and monitor of that process. So engaging the clients all the way through.
And I think from what you were saying, all of your clients come through referrals, and that's the best recommendation
Yeah, that's
that
right.
anybody can get.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic.
Great. Thanks, Katrina.
Thank you.
Thank you.